What's before you tonight is a resolution 2014-03 UA approving the contract services agreement with Merlin Johnson Construction Company of Mentone for a repair of a 15-inch sewer main on Hardgrave Street. During a video inspection this previous year, we have found that there's a break in a 15-inch sewer line. We received bids, and we're asking for you to award the contract tonight.
Questions? Councilmember Miller?
Yes, when it comes to these contracts, many times you have in the agenda package the actual bids from the different companies, and I don't see that here. Do you have a policy as to when those are going to be presented and when simply the resolution is shown?
Sometimes there's a mixture of it depending on what the bidding process was. In this case, this was an informal process where we reached out to independent contractors that could perform this work, and we have to do kind of a sealed bid as it relates to what they're going to be doing. In this case, we only received 2 bids. We tried to reach out to get another bid, but I have to tell you that some of this type of work is a little bit more sophisticated, only for the sole reason is that you have to keep the sewer line still live and active during the process. So what we end up doing is running a high line and some pumps. We got to keep the sewer flowing. We can't shut it down. So there's a lot of contractors that just don't do that type of work, and so we're kind of selected as it relates to who can perform those duties. So we do have the proposals. We could attach them in the future. We did not tonight, so my apologies for that. Okay. But it wasn't noticed in the newspaper like we normally do. These were actually informal process, which our code allows us to do that.
Was that all of your questions?
Well, again, it would be helpful if in the future all that information were in the agenda package so that it's available for everyone to look at.
Thank you.
Councilmember Westholder, you have questions? Oh. Councilmember Peterson, questions?
You said during a recent routine video inspection. When was that? How recent?
I want to say it was last probably May or June of last year.
May or June?
Yes.
It's almost a year ago.
Yes.
And then you say that it is imperative that the main be repaired in order to avoid that imperative for over a year later?
Well, we video, it's interesting questions. Because, to me, it's imperative that we repair it, but getting the process and the bids and the video and everything all takes a process of time. It's not an emergency or an urgency. It's imperative that we do repair it. But like I said, we do reach out to contractors. In this case, we did try to get more than one contractor. We were only allowed to get 2 because we could only get 2 people that would bid it. So it does take staff's time to do that, to coordinate with other contractors to get them out. So it's imperative that we repair it, but if you chose not to do it, I can show you the video of it if you'd like to see the reason why we have it. It gives a specific date of when we did it. But we video a good portion of the sewer system as it is now, and some of the system is in real old, and it's different types of pipes and clays and stuff. A lot of it is broke, but it still can flow sewer water. 15-inch sewer trunk lines are a good size, and so if it did fail and we had a spillage, we could be fined, but it's not like it's an urgency or an emergency. If it was, then I'd be standing before you and you'd be like, another emergency. But it is imperative that we do repair it.
Okay, the other is you said that staff solicited bids for repairs from 4 reputable contractors. Another 4, only 2 submitted bids. One was Merlin Johnson, and who was the other?
I think Serena's in there, and again, the bids weren't attached, so I didn't do the work, my staff did. So I know Serena, who's doing the Sunset Grade separation now, solicited a bid. Merlin Johnson, I believe Ted Burton Underground. I don't know who the other one was.
Okay, I'd really like to see the bids.
Okay, that's no problem. Sure.
Again, this proposal and other proposals say that the bids were evaluated by a committee. I never see anywhere who is that committee that evaluates the bids?
My engineers,
And do they give a written report?
no,
They just make a recommendation as to which company to give,
that's correct.
without any written statement as to why they recommend a particular company?
Well, the staff report indicates why they utilize them, is basically on their hourly rate and their understanding of the project. Land engineering's understanding of the project.
Yeah. I come back to that same question. Have these three companies given you a bid with a cost to do the specific work specified in the request for bid?
Yeah, yes,
Okay, and you have that data, and you'll show that to us if we ask for it?
yes.